Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. 6th ranked rushing defense against one of the top rushing offenses. Something's got to give. Something give!
Josh Adams, who gets loose at the line of scrimmage, nothing but green grass ahead of him. Touchdown, off of the hands of Phillips and into Drew Tranquils.
What an athletic play into the end zone by EQ.
Measure to the end zone, and it's picked off. Touchdown, Durham Smythe. And now down goes Kai at the worst time possible.
Welcome, Irish fans, to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly. I'm Jack Nolan, coming to you this week from the beautiful new South Club on the south side of Notre Dame Stadium. How did the now 5th-ranked Notre Dame football team record its 6th straight victory by 20 or more points on Saturday? Well, they did it by holding an efficient NC State offense that had been averaging more than 35 points per game to just 7 points. By breaking up 7 Ryan Finley passes and returning his first interception of the season for a touchdown. By rushing for 318 yards against a team that had only been allowing a bit over 91 rushing yards a game, led by Heisman Trophy candidate Josh Adams, 202 rushing yards, 128 more yards than the Wolfpack had allowed any other rusher this season. It all added up to a 35-14 Notre Dame victory, thrusting the Irish into the middle of the college football playoff race and the humble Adams into the middle of the race for the Heisman Trophy. Adams now has 1,169 rushing yards in 8 games this season and reached the 1,000-yard mark faster than any running back in Notre Dame history. His performance against NC State earned Adams this week's Walter Camp National Offensive Player of the Week award, but he says give the credit to those big guys on the offensive line.
I wouldn't say it's solely on me. I think it's built around that offensive line and the confidence that we have in them as a team. Definitely in the running back room, we kind of want to do whatever we can to help our team win. And if that's in the passing game or the running game, we take pride in that, pride in doing the little things. But I would say the game and our offense is definitely built on those guys up front.
You were up against one of the most efficient and mistake-free offenses in the country. They had been averaging just over 35 points. You held them to 14 and just 7 on offense.
Yeah, I think another point that's worth noting is that quarterback came in completing 70% of his passes. We held him to something like 49 or 48% completion percentage, which is outstanding. And to be able to do that, you have to play great in the back end of our defense. And I think that it was the best collectively that we have played all year, and it's nice to see a team get better as we close in on the month of November.
We've talked about the opening score for NC State, and that's usually a kick to the stomach.
Yeah.
And you've emphasized your team didn't flinch. Is that what you expected at this point, though, after what this team has done this year?
I expected, the way we've been teaching, the way we've been training our football team is that, we were going to take some punches in this game and that we were not going to flinch and we're going to come right back at them. And I expected that to happen. And our guys had the immediate response, which kind of negated any of the feeling that might have been out there about North Carolina State taking control of the game.
And this team does seem also to have the tendency to not only not flinch, but answer a big play with big plays. You had the 32-yard kickoff return by Sanders, then the 35-yard run by Josh, and then the beautiful touchdown pass to Durham Smythe.
Yeah, and I like the tempo of it. We got after it right away. The nice run, and then it's really good to see Brandon hit that route because it's something that we've worked on, the 4 verticals, and he did a great job, and Durham Smythe bent that route all the way to the backside hash and put the ball on him, and it's good to see Durham have some success because he's been a big part of the chemistry on offense.
You then take the lead for good later in the second quarter. The 2 big plays, great catches on the sideline by Durham Smythe and in the end zone by Kevin Stefferson.
Yeah, the one by Smythe was, we were looking to the field. Brandon didn't like the look he got there, brought it down, got it to Durham, and Durham did an incredible job of tiptoeing the sideline, getting the foot in. And then he comes back with, a great throw, a great route by Kevin. And At first, it was called out, and I thought we did a great job of making sure that everybody saw that on our jumbotron that he did in fact get his foot in, and they replayed it, and it held up, and it was a big touchdown for us.
On paper, this was supposed to be a close game. The number 6 rushing offense in the country against the number 6 rushing defense in the country, a defense that had not given up more than 91 yards rushing all year. You rushed for 313.
Well, I mean, it's a really good football team we played. The key areas we continue to do really well, and that is we take care of the football, we run the ball and control the line of scrimmage, and defensively, we stop the run. It was probably our best game defensively in terms of ball disruptions as well, pass breakups. So I think if we played to a level that we played to earlier in the year, maybe it's a closer game, but we've upped our level of play as well, and defensively we played really well.
Ryan Finley was heading towards setting the NCAA mark for consecutive passes without an interception. He came in with 313, but on his 27th one, Julian Love came up with a pick 6.
Yeah, they tried to draw us offside, running what we call a freeze play, and it's 3rd down, and here again is an attention to detail. Coach Elston on 3rd down and 5 or less moves his defensive line back a half yard in case there is a cadence that tries to pull you off. And we moved a little bit, but we came nowhere close to the neutral zone. They thought we did. They ran their freeze play, and they thought they were throwing the ball up. No thought of a penalty of getting it intercepted because they were going to get the offside penalty, and of course we pick it off and have a nice caravan to the end zone.
And the Love interception puts you up 28-14, but the game is by no means over. They're driving, and so it comes strength on strength. 4th and 1 at your 6, and your defense not only stops it, they come up with a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, we've been great on 4th down. I mean, again, our 3rd down conversion, I think we held them to, 30-something% in terms of, conversion rate, and that's what our defense has been like all year. Again, 4th down stops, and that was a huge stop in the game. It gave us great momentum to, put the ball game away.
Your longest drive of the game didn't result in a score, but it lasted 15 plays, 76 yards, 13 runs, and you ate up the last 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
It doesn't get much better when you're up 21 points and then you can control the clock for the last 8.5 minutes. When you're all sitting in that rocking chair thinking about it as a retired coach, you think about those 8 minutes where, it's just feels like 5 years if you're on the other side, because there's nothing you can do. Our offensive line had controlled the line of scrimmage, and there was nothing North Carolina State could do.
There are so many superlatives about this team right now. Let me go over some of them. 6 straight wins by 20 or more points. Only team in the country not to allow more than 20 points in a game this year. 30 rushing touchdowns scored. 1 rushing touchdown given up. And my favorite stat, as you know, you've outscored the opposition of points off turnovers, 101-10. We could go on for the rest of the show. What is pleasing you the most right now?
Just that our guys are embracing how hard this is. It's hard to do what they're doing, and they're embracing it. Every day they come in with the intentionality to stick to a process that is very difficult for people to stick to. That's why this is hard to do. That's why a lot of these things don't happen every year, because it's hard to do it. And our guys embrace it. They work on it every day, and they put themselves in a position, if they keep doing what they're doing, they're going to be difficult to beat.
Notre Dame is 7-1 because everyone on the team is doing their job. They're doing their jobs in part out of a sense of responsibility to their teammates. And the result is a team that pushes its opponents up to and ultimately past their breaking points.
North Carolina State's won their last 6 games after losing their opener. D-line filled with future NFL players. They're going to test what Notre Dame does best.
Fight for the guy next to you today that has been in it all the way with you. That's really what this is about. These are the moments that you'll always remember. Wherever you are, it's fighting for the guy next to you. And we fight for Notre Dame. Let's go play this game the way it's meant to be played.
It feels like 33. It's cold. It's the way it's supposed to feel outside when playoff berths are being talked about. Off we go in South Bend. Newsom with the second kick, it is blocked, and it's in the end zone. NC State on it for the touchdown, I believe.
So Notre Dame, if they're to keep their run to a possible Final Four bid, college football playoff they have to win out, they've got to come from behind today.
Nobody promises this is going to be easy. We got to go. All right, we got to go. Be smart with the ball. Make a play. Let's go.
They go with two in the backfield with Jones and Adams, and there goes Josh. Big run, Adams. 30 yards, 35 yards. Down to the 25-yard line, first down.
He's at 1,000 yards for the season. Here's Wimbush ready to throw, end zone throw. It's caught. It's a touchdown. It's Durham Smythe on the payoff end. And the Irish answer.
A team that has not trailed all year, you don't know how they're going to blink and how they're going to react, and that's a great response for Notre Dame. Second and 9, Samuels flattens out. That pass is incomplete. Four-man rush, Finley time, and again it's broken up, and again it's Julian Love.
They're not afraid of NC State's speed.
Here is Wimbush looking for a place to run. He finds one. Wimbush weaves his way inside the 40, inside the 35-yard line. Of all his great runs, that was certainly among the very best.
And Wimbush designed run, cuts to the right, and into the end zone for the touchdown. That is All-American lead the way, Mike McGlinchey. Wimbush wants a touchdown. Stepperson! Down, but out of bounds, incomplete.
After review, the ruling on the field is that the receiver had a toe inbounds. Touchdown.
And the Irish, in one of the best football games of this college season, go to the locker room with a 21-14 halftime lead.
Remember, this isn't about winning. This is about dominating your opponent. Defense, we're putting a load on your shoulders. Come up big in the third quarter. Come up big. Buckle up. Let's go beat them. Let's go.
Ryan Finley, their quarterback, who has not thrown a pick, no flag down. NC State's offensive line didn't move, and the pass is intercepted. First time he's been picked. And Julian Love's got a convoy. Left 30, left 20, left down. Touchdown.
Right there.
Snapped it. The guy who never throws picks throws a pick six. Josh Adams, big opening Adams. Boy, he hit another home run. Adams on the run again. Another huge touchdown in this special season for Adams. But another big test has been passed with flying colors by the Irish. 35-14, and as the calendar page turns to November, Notre Dame is once again in the championship picture.
This group never flinched. We got back after it, put a score on the board, and then here's the deal. 6th-ranked rushing defense against one of the top rushing offenses. Something's got to give. Something give!
Saturday's 202-yard rushing performance by Josh Adams against NC State marked the second time he has passed the 200-yard mark this season. Only Julius Jones has more 200-yard games in a single season for Notre Dame, with 3 back in 2003. Adams now has 7 rushes of 60 yards or more this season and 4 touchdown runs of more than 70 yards. Somehow, I don't think he is going to have any issues running this week's 60-second drill. Favorite all-time movie?
Taken.
First car you ever drove?
Ford Explorer.
Favorite musical group or artist?
Meek Mill.
One thing the public would be surprised to learn about you?
Played the clarinet in the 6th grade.
Thoughts on the new video board in Notre Dame Stadium?
Amazing.
Player on the team most like you?
Dexter Williams.
One thing you always hear from Coach Denson in practice?
High and tight.
Which is better, a long touchdown run down the sideline or a touchdown run up the middle where you run over people?
Definitely up the middle.
Hardest hitter on the team?
Niles Morgan.
Best singer on the team?
Me.
Best dancer on the team?
Probably me too, yeah.
Best comedian on the team?
Sean Crawford.
Best comedian on the coaching staff?
Probably Coach Light.
Best dresser on the team?
Probably Brandon Wimbush, yeah.
Worst dresser on the team?
Deion McIntosh.
Best thing about playing for Notre Dame?
Just the fans and the atmosphere.
Josh Adams, you've completed the 60-second drill at Inside Notre Dame Football.
All right.
It's time now for this week's Notre Dame Ticket Exchange Vivid Seats Play of the Week. In a season of team victories, one player is becoming a human highlight film, and that one player is Josh Adams, who exploded for another long touchdown run Saturday, a 77-yarder late in the third quarter to give Notre Dame a 35-14 lead over North Carolina State. A touchdown that effectively ended the 14th-ranked Wolfpack's dreams of getting a win in their first visit to Notre Dame Stadium.
Josh Adams, big opening Adams. Will he hit another home run? Adams on the run again. Another huge touchdown in this special season for Adams.
It's time now for the experts at TireRack.com question of the week for Coach Kelly. This week's question comes from Jim Levan of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Coach, who is the top playmaker you have coached at Notre Dame?
Right now, Josh Adams has been an incredible playmaker. I think if you just stay in the present right now, he's got to be the top playmaker. I mean, for what he's been able to do, he's going to be looked at offensively in my tenure here as the top playmaker that I've ever coached.
The Irish return to Notre Dame Stadium for their third straight home game Saturday. Notre Dame will take on a 5-3 Wake Forest team that is coming off an impressive 42-32 victory over Louisville.
Our mindset will be, again, to go out there and be physical, take care of the football, have great tempo, and then defensively continue to do what we're doing, shut down the run and eliminate big plays. If we do that, we should be in good shape.
Notre Dame's goal this week is to keep on 33 trucking. That's the theme of the Josh Adams for Heisman promotional campaign, but the 33 stands for more than just Josh's uniform number. It stands for all 3 units that have contributed to Josh's and Notre Dame's success this season. The 11-man units on the field for offense, defense, and special teams, a total of 33. 33 Trucking's next assignment is to deliver a victory over Wake Forest to Notre Dame Stadium Saturday afternoon. Coach Kelly and I will return next week to break down all the highlights of the 4th meeting between the Irish and the Demon Deacons. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of Notre Dame Athletics, Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.